motherfucking concrete cowboys.
Listen, mate, I was thinking about this earlier today.
Oh,
and
no.
I wanna start the podcast off.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
You've been thinking way too much recently. It's getting worrying.
Thinking this morning, right? I want to show you something. Let's not talk about it. I want to show you it and I want to see your reaction.
Okay.
I'm sure you've seen it 100 times before, but yeah.
Vision Express.
Vision Express, mate.
Oh, that was a nice
Oh my
polo.
god, it's one of the long ads as well.
He
What's
looks
that
good,
bloke's
though.
name?
He looks well.
Lineker.
Yeah, Gary Lineker.
Is his brother the other one?
Yeah, Wayne.
It's his actual brother.
Yeah, how crazy is that?
Fucking hell. Did
Remember
he used to
when-
play football? Right, listen. It's a while. It's a couple of minutes. So for anyone that's not watching,
Yeah.
it's a scale of the universe. That fucking big orange thing in the middle of the screen is a gigantic star or something like that.
Our star.
No,
Okay. So this is now a universe.
no, it is
Right, so why would that not be our star?
because it's another star in another, like, far away from us.
Right, okay. Where did you find this?
I'll tell you in a minute. But just think about, we're so much smaller than that fucking orange fucking star.
Yeah.
Yeah? Look. These are all stars in our galaxy.
Which one's ours?
Don't know.
Right, there are many 100 billion stars in our galaxy, nearly all of them circled by at least one planet. How far is he going to go?
Mate, this is it, man. Look.
What's
Look at
that,
that.
the Earth?
That's the fucking Milky Way. Yeah? Look
The Milky Way, the
think
galaxy in which our sun goes round every 200 million years. What, so one orbit is 200 million years?
Yes, just for our planet. Look.
Oh,
they're
who's this little
Yeah.
bastard in the corner?
2.5 million light years away. Look how...
Other galaxies are seen in Hubble Deep Field images. But I can't even comprehend this.
Yeah,
like,
this
my
is what I'm
mind
trying to
can't
say. Think about it.
But I don't, I don't actually know what you're trying to say.
Just think about it. Think how many
It looks
things
like
are
rice.
here.
Looks like rice in water. You can tell me they're behind as well.
Look, Matt.
What do you think I'm looking at?
Think about it. Would you just think about it?
Laniakea, Hawaiian, immeasurable heaven, a
A supercluster of galaxies.
Ew. It does look like a web, you're right. The cosmic web, billions and millions of galaxies. I don't get what point you're trying to make.
There's not a point. Just watch it and just
But you're getting very aggressive and I'm
think
not
about
sure
it.
why.
Would you just think about it?
Cosmic microwave background radiation afterglow of the Big Bang.
Yeah.
That's how you want to start every podcast.
Whoa, man. Now tell me what you think about that, because I'll get onto it. What does that make you feel?
It doesn't really hit me in the same way.
It doesn't.
Nah. I've been there before, definitely, thinking we're just like this tiny speck of dust. What does it matter? Blah, blah, blah. I don't think it hits me in the same way as it hits you.
Really? Man, you can't even comprehend how fucking big just to get to our star is. Just to get to the sun is fucking miles away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so
like-
what?
But this is what I got from it, right? I looked at that and automatically thought, what, you think there's not aliens? That's what I thought initially, yeah? And then I thought, fuck, like, we really think our problems are that big. I know it's relative.
Right, yeah.
But everything that's going on, everyone takes everything so seriously just because I've taken everything so seriously most of the
Yeah.
time. And I look at that something like that and I'm just like, I'm so stupid, man. We don't even know anything.
Yeah, but you're not stupid though. Well, not
Compared to that.
in some ways you're stupid, but it's not. Everybody's got their own issues, their own problems. Like,
But are they that big?
no, but nothing to do with how big the galaxy
Are they that big,
is.
man?
They're not. You're right, but they're not big in the grand scheme of your life. Nothing to do with they're not big in terms of the scale of the galaxy. I don't know.
You're not seeing where I'm coming from, though.
Yeah, probably
We're just
not.
like this tiny little species
Yeah.
that's just in a grain of sand on a beach sort of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like... You're not getting it?
Were you high when you first found that?
Yes,
video?
and I'm fucking high now.
Are you?
A little bit.
Okay, well...
I had an edible this morning. But this is what I was thinking about.
What's it like, by the way? Like, so do you wake up and you're just like, oh, I feel like waking bake?
Yeah.
Or was like
No,
Lee
'cause
passing them round in the morning
I'm not
for
doing
breakfast? Morning.
Little drops. No, today I just woke up and I don't have work today, so I thought, fuck,
Right.
this could be cool. But it's only like a small little amount. It was only like a 10 milligram edible.
And so what does that do to you? 'Cause
Just
obviously I don't know anything about this.
Relaxes me a little bit.
Right, okay.
If you want, you can have a 10 milligram little bit of chocolate right now.
I'm probably alright, thanks.
Maybe later.
I'm good with I'm good with this beer though, thanks Liz. So anyway, back to the galaxy. I've definitely like had that same thought process as well. We're just a little dot, grain of sand, blah blah blah. But so what?
That's what I mean. I just look at it like, so what? Like does the things that we think matter that much? Do they really matter?
So are you using it like? I guess you don't have to use it in any way, but are you using it in a positive or negative way?
Positive,
Right.
Because it takes away the stresses that you think are massive deals, like
Yeah.
stupid things about I can't do this or that because of money, or you're stressing because you're late for work or
Yeah.
something like that, and you're
Yeah,
just like, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Everyone has those stresses every single day, like that are just so minuscule in the scheme of things. Even in the scheme of your life, they're
Yeah.
minuscule.
Well, that I definitely agree with looking at things like that. Like in the grand scheme of your life, is being late to work a big deal? Is I don't know, not knowing where you want to be right now, is that a big deal, or do you just kind of need to enjoy
Yeah.
what's going on? But do you reckon when you next like come face to face with a problem, you're going to think of that galaxy and be like, it's not that big a deal, I'm
Yeah,
fine?
that's what I try to do all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you succeed?
Sometimes no.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just still caught up in it, and I'm just like, fucking hell, man, what's fucking, it's all against me. I just get in that stupid mood, and I'm just like, no hope.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you just get caught in it. It's dangerous, especially when I'm driving.
But you're quite good at like, you literally have a word with yourself sometimes, don't you?
Yeah. Do you know what? I had a word with myself the other night. I was at work, and I'm driving just on the motorway, and this guy's driving 40 miles an hour on a 60 mile an hour road,
Yeah.
right? So a free carriageway.
Mm.
And I'm not up his arse at all,
Mm.
but I'm closer than I would be a speeding car.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it comes to a pair of lights, so he starts slowing down, and he leaves like 100 meters in front of him because he knows that he thinks like, oh, what? He's in the middle lane as well. He's not in the slow lane.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he thinks that, you know, like I'm being all up his arse and
Right,
shit like that.
yeah.
But I'm not. And he has this massive space in front of him. We're moving along with the traffic, and I'm just staying a typical distance, maybe a little bit because I was a bit pissed off.
Yeah.
Anyway, he gets out of the car, like at a lights. Yeah, this old guy. Yeah.
Right.
And I had a word with myself. I was like, all right, Tobe, he's gonna get angry, but let's just chill out.
Yeah.
And then he came over and he was like, you fucking get away from my car, mate.
Really?
Yeah. Just at the lights. He was an old man.
Your car or the
No,
van?
No, the van. And, yeah, I just didn't react. But if I didn't have a word with myself, I would have said something like, "Oh, fuck off, mate," or
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
all right, mate," or been sarcastic,
Yeah.
and then made the situation much
Wait,
worse.
so how did it go down? So he got out of the car, you had a word with yourself.
Yeah, so he's like literally opens the door, and I'm saying, "Oh, I know." I think to myself, "Oh, he's coming for me. I know,
Right.
I know what's gonna happen here. Just stay calm."
Yeah. Were you scared at all?
No, but you're prepared to. I wasn't scared, but if he was a big bloke, like a big
Yeah,
scary
yeah.
bloke, I would have been scared. But I wasn't. I knew I didn't do anything to
Right, okay.
fucking
weird
make him
to-
start fighting me.
But I suppose that's exactly what you're saying. He's getting out of a car because somebody's kind of close to
Yeah,
him
not
on the
even
motorway.
not even bad.
And it's kind of his fault for being a third under the speed limit.
Literally. And then he got out. He just said something, and I just didn't say anything. Went.
Was he right next to your window by this point?
No. This is what I mean. He came close, but kept his
Right,
distance,
yeah,
socially
yeah.
distanced, mate.
I swear to God, if we weren't in a pandemic.
Yeah, so he stood back a little bit and just went, "You stay away from my car," or something like that. Like it was.
That's so weird. I mean, people like that need to chill out and they need that video.
They need. That's what I'm
They
thinking. I
need
think
10
more
milligrams in the morning. Watch that video
medicine.
and just listen to this podcast.
Yeah,
Medicine.
put this on your car. You'll just be chilled out.
That's so funny. When did that happen?
Like the other night.
Hilarious.
But I didn't think about it until you just said about me being scared. I think I must have been a little bit scared. Or like your blood starts flowing like a lot more, because I remember after it, I remember thinking like I get like a bit more of like a bit of an adrenaline pump.
Yeah.
Just as soon as he got back in the car, I remember being like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
So it's weird, isn't it? How like some people just wouldn't.
I think
even,
it's so cool.
They're when they can just control it.
Yeah.
And they're just like, "Come then."
Yeah.
Something.
I mean, naturally, on some level, their adrenaline must increase.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But
it's
can
fight
they
or
control
flight,
it more?
but
Or do you think their body just doesn't release it the same?
I think what it is, I don't think it's anything to do with. I may be entirely wrong. I don't think you can control, and you're right. Maybe some people release more, some people release less adrenaline in those fight or flight situations. I reckon because there's such a link between like the mental and the hormonal side of things. Whenever you have an adrenaline spike, obviously your emotions are all over the place. You're a bit erratic. You're fucking let's go. I reckon those sorts of people are just much better at controlling those emotions, whereas they still have the hormonal spike, but they're able to be like on some subconscious level maybe like, okay, you know, get prepared for what's about to happen, instead of being like, fucking come on. I find that stuff fascinating.
Man, I wish I could do that.
Mm.
Because, like, just going back to that situation, like, this is just an old guy. That,
Yeah.
Who the fuck? Like, if it really came down to it, I shouldn't be worried at all. And he didn't even come that close to me, and I'm still, my blood's flowing a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, it's natural.
Yeah, but I'm a bit disappointed in myself now.
Well, don't be.
Because I feel like I should be able to control those emotions a little bit better.
But it sounds like you did, because you had a word with yourself before anything even happened.
Yeah, I guess I stopped myself. I'm saying, fuck you.
Yeah.
He gets out of the car.
Quickly winding the windows up there. Fuck you, innit?
You can still see me in the window.
Hands at 10 and 2.
Just looking straight forward. Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
Oh, well. What an eventful week. What else happened?
What with the guy?
No, with your week. Just leave the guy, mate. We get it. You're a
Wait, I was so
pussy.
scared. I haven't slept since. It was like 4 days ago. No, fuck. What else has been happening this week? Been working a lot. Double shifting, doing Ocado in the evening, and then doing with my dad this week.
Yeah. How's that been?
Yeah, good, man. We did some doors, and me and Jess are thinking about getting a little van, maybe.
Okay.
And then just doing, me and Jess just go only do smaller jobs, like not nothing compared to my dad. Sort of like a handyman sort of service.
Right, yeah.
But doing doors, skirting,
Yeah.
things like that. And me and Jess are more than capable of doing it. So
Yeah.
I think we might just do that. And plus it's a lot more money than things. So I think we'll go for that. And hopefully by the time we move into our new
Oh
home.
wow, this is the whole plan.
I think so, just because it gives us that little bit more money.
How did this come about? This, because obviously if we go way back, you guys were going to do it
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, we was going to do it with our dad, but because we're all moving away now, and he's like, you don't really have the skills or the experience
Oh,
to...
brutal.
Rude, mate. Proper rude. You don't have the skills to do the real fine alcovey sort of... You can do it, but you can't get a nicer finish on it. And if there's something that pops up while you're on the job, he said, I don't really think you've got the experience to know everything. So he's just saying, don't risk it. Just stick with the easier things. When those jobs come, then take that fucking that leap or take the jobs on so you get more experience slowly. Okay. Don't just chuck yourself in the deep end.
That definitely makes sense.
But I was looking at other handymen.
Yeah.
And the majority of their work is all like IKEA flat pack furniture, putting up curtain rails,
really?
Putting up pictures and stuff like that. So that's what I think we're going to sort of advertise as, and then
just slowly build.
Build through that way.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. But the podcast probably take off by then anyway.
I'd say so, yeah. That's
in a month's time. So.
Yeah. I mean, listen, looking at those analytics, this is dizzying.
We hit a bit of a milestone. You know, there's people from Germany listening.
No, there's not.
Yeah, and the States.
United States, I kind of understand.
States
Germany
is like 18% of 2.
So what's that?
No, and then the Germans are like 5%.
What the hell?
They got quite like 10 downloads over there. Mental.
And it was 100, wasn't it? So it's literally 18 people and 5 people.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And the rest of it's just Joe. Shout out Joe.
Yeah. Thank you.
Does Joe's mate listen to us?
Yeah, Don does.
What's up, Don?
He will actually listen.
Is it Don or Dom?
Don.
Donny boy.
That's it.
What have you been doing this week?
This week, horrible work, but kind of just like powered through. It was like 5 meetings a day, all Zoom meetings, obviously, just not fun in the slightest. A lot of talk about working for this health charity and being like the patient's voice in things. We kind of have to sit on a load of boards and meetings and scrutiny panels and things like that to make sure that what they're all saying in terms of decision making is in agreement with what patients are experiencing day to day.
How are you doing this all on Zoom?
Yeah.
So for someone like me, I'm not in this world at all, and I've said this to you so many times before. I don't even understand. I once did an office sales job once, and that was enough fucking routine and regimen for me.
Top salesman though, wasn't it?
Big up me, mate. And but I'm interested. Like, what is it like in those meetings on a Zoom call? Do you just literally sit there?
Well, it depends how kind of focused the meeting is on the patients, really. So, for example, the last one I had Friday afternoon, I didn't say a word, and then right at the end, somebody was like, "Oh yeah, and obviously we'll bring Matt into the conversations and get the patient point of view." And I had almost dropped off, to be honest. So
really, do you have to prepare everything you've got to say? Or?
Sometimes, if you're presenting on any reports you've done, but then other times, so during the week, like one-on-one meetings to discuss what work you're going to be doing in terms of like research and analysis. Other ones are kind of smaller meetings where you'll kind of like chime in with your thoughts or let people know what's going on kind of on the ground. So it varies. It does vary a bit. But it's really not... sitting from like your perspective and looking in on it. Like I get this with other people's jobs as well. Like you look in on it and it almost seems like kind of otherworldly or glamorous in some instances, and you're just like, fuck, how do they do that? And it's just never like that in the slightest.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's very like monotonous. I wouldn't say it's I don't know, it's basically just not what I want to do for the rest of my life, is it?
So if you want to talk about it, this week you sort of had a bit of an epiphany.
Yeah.
What's talk me through it? What are you thinking?
So I'm thinking of finally doing a PT qualification so I can start pursuing like the coaching route.
What made you sort of come to the decision?
Partly this week, partly being in like 5 meetings a day, not particularly interested in anything that's being said, and not because the whole reason I want to go into the coaching side of things is that I can see that you can make like tangible differences to people's lives. And I guess that's what we're saying with this podcast as well. The job that I'm doing at the moment kind of is in this like a guise of, okay, we help patients by making sure their voice is heard, but you're not really making any change. And so you're doing a lot of work for like minimal return and reward. Yeah.
Do you get out there and get to see people in the hospitals or any
you can do if you want
surgeries? You
can do. When I interned at this company, I did like that side of things, and you did get the odd person that was like really thankful, really grateful that you were kind of listening to them, hearing their opinion, and saying you would like, make sure people heard. But then in terms of actually making an impact or actioning what they had said, doesn't really happen.
Guessing in that sort of line of work, what you're doing is that you're not. It's like you're telling people what to do, but people don't necessarily listen.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because
how do you get people to listen? People
listen. It's just whether they factor it into their decision, because the experience that people are having, that patients are having, will never outweigh any kind of financial pressure. So when push comes to shove and you're saying people aren't able to access this, people aren't getting the information that they need on this, there's an issue with staff in this area of the borough, that's all well and good, but if we don't have the money to do anything about it, and this is what they're saying, we recognise the issues there, but we don't have the money to solve it. So then you've just like done a report for nothing, basically.
No, that must be so furious.
So it's draining. And then I guess the idea of personal training has always been in the back of my mind because of always being into fitness, doing that competition. A lot of people have said it previously, granted a lot of them were PTs, but a lot of them have said you should get into the coaching side of things. I've always done football coaching as well, so I kind of understand what goes into it. But there was always just that thing in the back of my head, and I guess it was me once again focusing on like the negative side of things, of your kind of stereotypical PT who's maybe like a bit overweight, they've done their qualification, but they don't really know what they're talking about. They've managed to just about scrape a job at like the local gym, and they kind of half tell people what to do. They're not really getting results for people. Yeah. And then their clients don't care either. They're like, the only thing they want is to fork out money so they can say to their friends they have a PT. And
do you see that a lot?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the majority of people. So looking at it like that, I was just basically like, I don't want to be involved in this. And for a long time, I obviously didn't want to be involved in the fitness industry anyway, just because it had caused me so many issues.
During the competition?
Yeah. And then just being obsessive after it, and it kind of like being a real leech on the rest of my life and my social life mainly.
Yeah. Just quickly so people understand, it's like when you went into the bodybuilding competition, it was just full on. You had to count everything, and it almost became obsessive.
Yeah. So, yeah, with the competition was like filling a gap that football left after uni.
Right.
Because I just needed something to be like physically competitive at. So I left football after uni. Haven't touched the ball since. And then a PT came up to me one day and was just basically like, "Have you ever thought about competing? Because you've got like a good physique for it." And I obviously just said like, "You're talking rubbish, blah blah blah. That's fine." Probably a year went by, and I think you said something, and I think somebody else said something, possibly Matt Dan. I maybe floated the idea, and you guys were like, "Yeah, I think you should do it."
Yeah.
Or yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
wouldn't be such a bad idea. And then a year went by. I wasn't really doing anything. I was just starting up that Taste Buds with Joe. So there was kind of time to dedicate to the competition if I wanted to.
Mm.
So I called this PT back up who said he thought I should do it, and said, "Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Just tell me a bit more." He said, "Look, don't worry about it. I'll coach you for free for the whole thing, as long as I can just use you as like marketing for my PT stuff." So I was like, "Fuck, this is a no-brainer. Like, this guy's going to coach me for 15 months, get in the sickest shape of my life, get into the fitness industry, which is what I wanted at the time. And I don't have to spend a penny." So got into it, and about halfway through, so the competition was in July. I probably started the previous, like, May, I would say. So got to my biggest towards the end of that year, and was just fucking hating it.
Really?
Yeah. And
What, just like the eating so much, training, like just the pure lack of anything other than
anything
the gym.
different, yeah, exactly. And like, even when I was bulking, I wouldn't allow myself to have junk food, so it was just mountains of like chicken, rice, and broccoli, essentially.
Fuck.
And my coach would even say, "You don't need to at this stage. You don't feel free to pig out or have whatever."
Yeah.
But I was still counting calories, so I was counting 5,500 calories at one point because I've got like a reasonably fast metabolism.
Whoa.
So I could have
And you was counting those
have had
calories?
whatever I wanted, and I was still eating clean. So
But you put on a lot of size though.
yeah, yeah,
So that's what people don't understand what it takes, man.
Yeah.
Because like if you're that dedicated for it,
Yeah.
and you take it that seriously, because a lot of people don't. This is what we'll come on to a little bit later. But people go into a competition, they're just like, "Yeah, I'll fucking bulk for the year."
Yeah,
mate."
yeah.
And then they just start eating pizza and shit. They're like, they don't take it seriously.
But that's the thing, and that's like classic me in terms of my personality and whatever, is that I then took it too seriously and was too obsessive and was like, okay, everybody who's competing is bulking by eating clean for the most part and then like having pizza
Cheating
and ice
and
cream,
shit.
whatever. Yeah. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to be better than them.
So you had your eyes on the fucking prize.
Yeah.
From a year out.
Yeah.
More.
Probably more, yeah.
Yeah, I remember because we were obviously close friends then and still are, but I remember those days.
Yeah. What did you think of it though?
Just remember, fuck me. You see it a lot, and I just remember thinking,
Stop.
this is sick, man. I wish I had the fucking dedication and discipline
Oh,
to
really?
do that. Yeah, man, because you were putting on some serious size. The thing that I've been training for, like, maybe you put on as much size that I did in 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you were just fucking pounding it, man.
Yeah. And it was fucking good.
Sorry, go on.
It was good coaching as well, to be fair.
Was it?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he knew what he was talking about 100%.
Right, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was probably the first step that opened my eyes to like the coaching side of things, but obviously we can circle back around to that. So then the competition came counting calories, even though I was eating ridiculous amounts of food, then starting to cut, still counting the calories, slowly like going down. I think the lowest I got to is maybe like 2,500, which is so lucky because that's just a normal amount of food you should eat per day.
Well, you was lean on it.
Yeah. So I got to competition size
On
cut
2,500
on
calories.
just a normal amount of calories a day. So I was so
How?
fucking lucky.
Because you were so clean.
Because I went so high.
No, that doesn't make sense.
It does.
Does it?
Yeah. Why does it not?
Because I would just think your body has like a natural level that it's got to consume, and anything below that is where you're losing weight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I was eating...
So your natural one is proper high.
Because of the amount of activity, because I've always been kind of physically fit.
Right, okay.
That's kind of like the secret behind having a high metabolism.
You were still doing cardio throughout all of this, wasn't you? Like even when you was bulking. Even
when I was bulking, I still wanted to keep fit, and then it kind of, I guess it ramped up towards the end. So yeah, got to my kind of competition size. Go on.
When you was cutting, how much cardio was you doing?
Not a lot.
Really?
Maybe three mornings a week I would do bike sprints.
You're kidding me.
And that would be like 15 minutes. I'm telling you, it's not fucking difficult, man.
You're kidding me, man.
It's not hard.
I'm
You
like,
don't have to... This. I was genuinely thinking of having this conversation with you after I thought about becoming a PT. I started to think of like what I needed to hold on to in terms of like values, because I don't think I would coach people in weights, because I think you don't need it. I think it was ultimately detrimental to me physically and mentally. So then it doesn't really sit right with me that then I'd be teaching other people weights, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Okay.
I
just think you'll do good as a PT.
Yeah.
If you go down that route.
Well, it's definitely different,
You should
isn't
do like
it?
some boot camp stuff.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because then you don't even need fucking equipment.
Man, people charge like £10 an hour.
Yeah.
And they do like 3 hours on a Saturday morning. They've got 30 people in each class, and that's like fucking 1,100 quid,
Oh,
1,200
shit.
quid. Maths, mate.
I'm a millionaire.
Pretty much, man. All you got to do
After
is
a
work
couple of
one.
weekends.
After, if you got to do is one big weekend a week,
Millie.
and you're surviving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking easy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You don't fucking worry about where the next meal's coming from. You know what I mean? Just from working a Saturday afternoon. Like, come on.
That's okay, we need to think about that more. Fuck your alcos.
Yeah, let's start up a fucking
Boot camp.
on every street corner. Oh my god! Just like there's a Starbucks in every street corner, you just need a fucking.
Just nobody can get away from it. Have to join in at some point.
That'll be a tenner, mate.
You sneaky bastard. Where's your 10 quid?
You have to employ people to just walk around the streets just to collect money.
Police in the system.
Holy fuck.
So yeah, this is so long-winded to get back to.
It doesn't matter, man.
Okay.
I'm liking where it's going. I'm interested.
So then I start cutting down, get to my lowest calories, and this whole process, my social life is completely shot. My relationships or whatever happened during that time were just nothing. Partly because I was so focused on the competition, partly because it really fucked up my sex drive.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. Fuck. I remember it more socially. I remember you being like, oh fuck, can't do this, can't do that.
Can't get hard. What's going on? We're
Socially,
out in a pub.
I can't get it on, man. No, I remember you being very reserved with how many times you went out or could
It just felt
come over
fucking
or-
weird to be outside as well, man.
Fuck, man. This is why I want to talk about this and want to go into it a little bit deeper. I don't mind you going into it.
Yeah.
a lot of people don't talk about this stuff.
No.
And a lot of people, there's a lot of young guys out there that are genuinely struggling for this because they see all these people online, like the Gymshark lot and people just big buff fucking ripped up dudes, and like if you're not on steroids, and even if you are, it's a hard journey to get there. It's a hard journey to get there, and a lot of blokes, especially young kids, like the 19, 18, 20-year-olds, they're just sitting in the gym fucking 3 hours a day, hoping that just by getting this big body they're gonna make it, and like they put a lot of pressure on themselves just to do that. And it's not really spoken about a lot. Well, I don't think I've ever heard anyone spoken about it.
I think there have been maybe a couple of people, and there's maybe some that I've seen online that have started to, but it's really not spoken about. You're right, and that's kind of part of what I was then thinking about the PT stuff, is whether I bring all of this in, because like as I tell more, I guess we'll get into it, but it really fucked me up, and I don't blame like the fitness, the action and the environment. I don't put all the blame on that. I put it partly on myself, because I think maybe I'm just the wrong type of character for it, or personality, and that's why there was kind of this like leaning towards possibly being affected by it more.
Right, but you get very disciplined and very dedicated, which isn't a bad thing. That's what I was worried about when you said this is too much sort of thing. I didn't want you to just be less disciplined and less thing, because it's a good trait, and you've got to take grip of that. But it was just the wrong field that you went into, because it brought out so many different attributes of your mental health or your psychology that you're not even, you go into this thing, you don't even think about it. You just think, I'm just going to get fucking wedged, mate. I'm going to do a competition, I'm going to smash it. I'm going to come first. But you're not thinking, fuck, like, to do that, I need to sit inside my room, I need to get good sleep every day, I can't drink, I can't go out, I need to eat chicken and rice and broccoli all fucking day every day, and, you know what I mean, I need to worry about how many calories I'm getting in, fucking, how many calories I'm doing on the fucking cardio machine. Like, people lose their, like, not lose their life, but they fucking have no other life.
I temporarily lost my life, I promise you that. I changed as a person, to the point where I look back on it and I think I didn't even interact with my family as I would normally.
Bro, you've just blown my mind. Like, I remember when I was going abroad, I was fucking concentrating on dieting and fucking training every day, and I'm training twice a day and stupid shit like that.
Stupid, yeah.
So dumb, man. Anyway, for a fucking holiday, but it was like 6 months away, and I thought, fuck, I'm gonna take this seriously, mate.
Just be ripped for the whole 6 months.
Constantly dehydrated. But
Water? Nah, fuck that.
You've just said like you're a different person, and I remember fucking how angry I was when I was doing that shit, and I was just miserable all the time because I didn't do anything else. I was just fucking had one focus, and that was just the gym. But it didn't. When you have one singular focus, but it's got to bring you some benefits as well. Do you know what I mean? And this didn't bring me anything. Even having a good body didn't bring me any good benefits.
It brings sweet fuck all.
And people really put all their identity into this thing, and they think, oh, when I get when I get a six pack, mate, everyone's gonna fucking love me.
Mate, that was exactly me.
People don't talk about how fucking dangerous it can be.
No. When I dropped football, I thought, shit, what are people... Because going through school, I was kind of like, oh, there's Matty, he's good at football, right? When I dropped it, I thought, oh shit, what are people now going to know me as? So then when the opportunity for the competition came up, I was like, shit, here's my chance to still be like the fit guy.
You was thinking like that?
Yeah.
Fuck,
it was
man.
entirely propelled by what other people thought.
So you was thinking about, the people on fucking Facebook, whatever it is, they're gonna see that I'm doing this now, and fuck, man.
I mean, I say entirely, not entirely, the majority, because there's
still like a self,
and there is that little bit where I wanted to. My grand scheme was to go into the fitness industry, to almost be like a Joe Wicks type guy, but for kids. And that's where the idea of Taste Buds came about as well.
Right.
But to start teaching kids about fitness and nutrition and things like that, that's always been something I wanted to do. But on a superficial level, it was like, think about how sick people are going to think I am when I have a fucking six-pack.
Yeah.
And we say it all the time. The only people that realise are those 3 guys that are always in the gym at the same time you are. That say, fuck, you're looking good, man. You're looking big. You're looking lean.
They're going through the same demons, man.
And you're doing it for girls, right? Let's face it. What girl has ever turned around and been like, fuck, if you didn't have a six-pack, I wouldn't even speak to you.
I'm sure there's some out there.
But you don't want those girls, right?
Exactly, man. I wouldn't want anything fucking... Here, you want another beer?
In a bit.
Yeah, you don't want nothing to do with those sort of fucking girls. What sort of fun's that? Why would you, like, you're a fun dude, you're relaxed, you're laid back.
Yeah.
Why would you want a girl that's like, oh, fuck him, oh, yeah, you ain't got
Yeah.
back. That's like the worst sort of girl that you fucking could ever fucking want. And it's just like, why do we do this to ourselves? We genuinely think if we got a good body, girls are just going to come flocking.
But that's what it was.
They
for me.
don't.
It was, yeah. We
They
are,
don't.
We are living proof of that.
Fuck.
Um,
And you can lose a lot of time doing that shit, man. Because it doesn't bring you anything other than... Listen, when you see somebody that's in their old age and they got this fucking big body, even when you see a young guy, he's got a fucking massive... he's a tank of a man, yeah? And you look at him and you think, fucking hell, man, like, that's cool. Or I think, fucking hell, he's putting in a lot of hard work. It's like, that's really cool. He's putting in that discipline.
yeah.
But on the other side of it, there's a dark side to the majority of people that don't make it that far.
I think it's a bit of a blanket statement, but I think if you look at anyone that's in like ridiculous condition, there is an underlying web of insecurities there that have equated to
for sure
all of this kind of physical expression of that. And like I obviously went through it firsthand. So now I look at people and like I look at people with these sick bodies or trying to have a sick body or like just fucking going for weights in the gym, and I just think, man, I wish I could kind of grab you and just be like, what's the issue? Like, I'm sure there's another solution to it, but I don't know whether people would like that.
But listen,
somebody accosting them in the gym.
There isn't any better feeling than being in good shape.
But there's a difference between good shape and
fucking trying to be the next fucking Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah.
Or trying to be like get on the fucking bodybuilding stage.
Man, before you know it, you're on fucking steroids and you're like, wait, why am I doing this again?
Yeah, it's because you're not making any money out of it.
Yeah.
You're not fucking getting any girls out of it.
Yeah.
Alright, you might get a couple of girls on Instagram once you get like a few fucking followers, but...
Yeah, but... I don't know. It wouldn't be my type of relationship. But the problem I had was combining that like discipline that I had got from football, combining that like extreme level of discipline with just consistently like beating myself up and labeling myself as a bit of a failure. So because I didn't make it as a footballer, kind of everything after that I kind of labelled as a failure for quite a while. So even if I had a 6 session, I'd be like, fuck, well that wasn't good enough. So there was that kind of ticking along in the back of my head. Constantly. Combined with the lack of social life, combined with the stress of starting up this new business.
We should talk about that. You've just briefly...
Yeah.
You've brought up the word Taste Buds every now and then.
Yeah.
Just for people that don't know.
So Taste Buds was a business that I set up and then was fortunate enough to have my brother help me doing healthy cookery workshops for kids. So we'd cook stuff with them, kind of teach them about the ingredients, and it'd be like an 1.5-hour session. Either schools or parents would pay for it. And we did it for about maybe 1.5 years in total. And it actually stopped because, so Joe got a job in the city and I was coming towards the competition date and I was so fucking like drained and exhausted. I thought, let me just concentrate on this for the last like month of training. So put a pause on taste buds. Still working my cafe job, but just focused on that, and then just didn't come back to taste buds because it was a horrendous amount of like work involved.
Yeah, of course, 'cause if it's your own business.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Fuck, I forgot it. What was it?
Was it about taste buds?
No, it was about. I was trying to tie it back into how your bodybuilding was going, but I forgot. Just wanted to. I fucking gone blank. To tie it back into the.
So you want me to do what you're gonna do? When did I just mention taste buds? Oh, about the stress of it all.
Yes.
So the lack of social life.
Yes.
Lack of any kind of like meaningful relationship with a girl. The stress of taste buds. Then I had the cafe job as a barista on top of that. So I was doing kind of, I guess, 3 days a week at the cafe, 4 days a week for taste buds.
So this is what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
When you see, like, when you've got that goal at the end of the fucking tunnel, and you see it, and it's all up in, it's literally you've put it there in lights, like it's going to be a life changer.
Yeah.
Are you looking at this thing like this is going to change my life? I'm going to get a little bit of recognition, or I'm going to get maybe somebody's going to come up and sponsor me, or is that how you're genuinely looking at it?
Partly, yes. It really was at the start. And there's nothing like putting a fucking goal in front of you and just saying, I'm going to go for that.
Yeah.
And you just go hell for leather, and like you have that tunnel vision almost. But that's not to say that other things aren't going on in your life that you need to focus on. But I had that in my mind, exactly that. Sponsorships would come. I could use that as a kind of platform for what I wanted to do with kids. And I could just kind of grow it all from just being on stage. And this was really in my wheelhouse in terms of fitness, because I was a clean eater anyway. I'd done a shitload of work physically when I was a footballer. So to me, it was just kind of like, okay, it's a bit of a no-brainer. Like, people are complaining about this. I just find it easy to go in the gym and train. But halfway through the competition, I realised that I thought I didn't want to be in the fitness industry. So the waters became a bit muddied, and although this was still the goal, there weren't all those fucking lights around it anymore. It wasn't like this glamorous romantic idea.
And darker
exactly
as it was
that.
going on.
Yeah.
Fuck. Why didn't you just pull out, man?
I had to complete it. If I pulled out, I was a failure again.
Oh, mate. Such a fucking catch-22, isn't it?
And it's all in here as well. It's all in my own fucking head. If I pulled out and said to you, listen, mate, this is fucking way too much.
You would have thought I would be thinking like,
Yeah.
fucking hell, man, you can't even fucking finish it.
Yeah, exactly
that. Was
that.
going through your head.
Yeah.
Man, I wouldn't have fucking said that. I'd have been like, come on, man, fuck it.
Do it.
It.
Shut up and do it.
Yeah, shut the fuck up and just carry on with it.
Yeah, but you think those things. So,
but listen, you completed it.
Yeah, did the competition.
And, yeah, sorry, go on.
Came out the other end of it, and just developed a horrible relationship with food and fitness. So fitness, well, both of them I became obsessive. Food still counted calories. I still counted calories on and off, but mostly up until about a year ago. And this competition was when I was fucking 21, 22.
Jesus, man. Was it that long ago?
Yeah, how mad's that?
Jesus.
So that's the impact it's had on me for the last few years has just been crazy.
That is insane.
But I developed this really unhealthy, obsessive relationship with fitness. I always had to be better. I always kind of labelled myself as this athlete, even though I never really was anyway. I would train twice a day. I would do 2 hours in the gym doing Olympic lifting, and then fucking go for a run.
No goal.
No goal.
That's what I'm saying.
The goal was like just fucking impressing people, and nobody gave a shit. So yeah, that was the fitness side of things, just killing myself in the gym, still giving myself no time for like a social life. And then the food side of things, I was counting calories, I was looking at certain foods as like negative or bad for you. And I just wouldn't like allow myself any food out of the fucking strict parameters of
Fucking hell, mate.
yeah. So then with that came what I would say is like a stress related eating disorder, whereby I would put so much pressure on myself that I would just like I'd just be at my wit's end. So then all it would take was like a little stress at work or something just not working out, or me so I'd just constantly be overtrained. And then my instinct was to go to this fucking taboo subject of junk food and just eat as much as I could in a sitting, because I'd be like, fuck, as long as I'm eating, I don't have to worry about the outside world. I can just focus on this, and this is my own like little secret. And like other things will be dealt with later.
Man, the psychology behind it is so fucking
Yeah.
interesting, man. And that's what I always think when you talk about it. It's like, it's a fucking dark place, man. Do you know what I mean?
It really can be. So what I'd love to do, I don't know, maybe we can go into that another time, because I feel like I've spoken a lot about the negative side of it. We can go into the eating stuff another time, maybe.
Yeah, we'll go into it. Don't worry about now.
But what I would want to do, ideally, is help people out that have been in a similar position, and also kind of like dispel a couple myths for guys, like you're saying, that you have to be this fucking tank of a man in order to have a girl even look at you. Or it's not even about girls, it's about like how you feel about yourself.
I think these people don't have a voice either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we're fucking here to fucking preach from the rooftops and
No,
make
of
it onto
course
the
not.
mainstream media and fucking get on BBC News. But
It's a good idea.
listen, listen everyone.
Listen, BBC.
Yeah, but it's people don't have anyone to talk to about it.
Yeah.
Because it's that sort of world. It's so I don't know what the word is. It's you're so solo in it. You're just all alone, and you've got this one goal that only. As soon as other people come into it, it's almost bumping you off the track a little bit,
exactly
and that's
that.
how you feel.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of blokes out there, man. Every single person that go to the gym, every time that you go to the gym, there's always somebody always there. And they're a little bit strange, and they're a little bit to themselves, and they're just so focused on training. And we all know those people.
We could just do one podcast on the amount of weird people that we must have seen in the gym.
Man, I'm telling you.
And not like that sounds horrible, and obviously we've taken the piss out of people before, blah blah blah.
Listen, I was that weird person.
But exactly that. We're not saying weird in the conventional sense. We're saying weird in the sense that like almost fucking take a step back and look what you're doing to yourself and just chill out, basically.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man. We should fucking have a good, proper conversation about that, because it's something that not a lot of people know about. Really, not a lot of people know about, and nobody talks about it either.
Yeah, that's the thing. There must be a lot of people out there that went through a similar thing to me, and maybe are still going through it, and
Yeah.
it would just be amazing. So yeah, coming back to the epiphany I had about personal training.
Sorry.
No, go on.
Can I do a wee? I'm
Yeah,
busting
go
right
on.
here. Just before we move on to
Go on.
the PT section.
What do you want me to do?
You can talk if you want.
Thanks.
Or you can just look pretty.
I'll do that as well. I genuinely thought that was real. Wouldn't put it past you. Oh yeah, how's your stomach, Tobe?
It's getting better actually,
Yeah.
but I've cleaned up the diet a lot.
Carrot soup?
No carrot soup, but a lot of raw carrot.
Not good enough, is it?
No, I don't think so, but
Oh, it's good. It's good that it's better though.
carrot soup, man.
What?
Where the hell do you get a carrot soup?
I mean, you make it. Or they probably do sell one somewhere, but we could just make like a batch for the week.
Yeah, and we should make our own from our own carrots.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, we could do that.
When we have our own fucking vegetable haven.
Yeah. Saw that carrot soup.
It's still the same stream. No weaker or something than what it was. Oh my god. Oh fucking hell. I really did need a week.
Have you needed a piss this whole time and I was rambling on?
Was it obvious?
You're getting a bit short with me, yeah. Better?
Better. Do you want a beer?
Much better. Yeah, please. Thanks. Thank you, Val. Go on, take that one.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Alright,
sorry about that.
that's alright. Where were we?
Better. Right, so you've gone through this traumatic. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Oh, cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone. Right, we were talking about your experience doing bodybuilding.
Oh yeah, and then we finally come back around to the PT stuff. Yeah,
that was good. That was good. I want to
what you want to do?
find out exactly why. I guess I know why now, but in your own words, what's the reason for making the move to a PT when you've got a good job that has probably a nice trajectory within that career? What's your reason for wanting to change over to a PT lifestyle? Because for everyone that doesn't know, I used to be a PT when I was 19, 20. It's a very different lifestyle than working in the office, and it's a very different just way of life, and it's less money probably at the beginning, and it's tough to think, but you all know this, you've been in a gym all your life, so you've seen PTs and what works and what doesn't. But what makes you want to make that change? Cheers.
Cheers once again. So the main thing is that, well, I guess there are a couple of things. Number one, it is that amount of experience. So been in and out of gyms for a decade now. Have always been so interested in like nutrition and the biological side of it, what it does to your kind of neurochemistry, your hormones, how sleep impacts things, blah blah blah. Fascinated by that, so I've always like read into that kind of stuff.
You're very knowledgeable about things like that, so if I have any questions, I always ask you. And
yeah, and like you know that I can just go off on a complete tangent with those things because I am so interested in it. So passionate about fitness, passionate about nutrition, and then I've got a bachelor's in psychology and a master's in health and developmental psychology.
This is something I think we should... Sorry, so
No, go on.
Pause you there.
Need another piss.
This is something I want to come into in another podcast, maybe. So we've got 2 podcasts of extras that we're just talking about right here. So this, write this down. Is you, in your masters, let me get this right and tell me if I'm wrong, which I probably am. In your masters, you did a study or a paper on grit.
Yeah.
On
yeah.
And I really...
Oh, go on.
No, I'm being serious, mate.
I know, but I didn't think you took notice.
What?
Well, I don't know.
Fuck off, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm very interested in this because we've had conversations and I don't know why, because you just reacted like that. But maybe, let's sit down on a podcast and I actually want to ask you some serious questions because you're very knowledgeable. To have that level of knowledge within that specific subject is something quite admirable, really, and it's quite interesting. So, and we've never really had the conversations about it, so I think we really should.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'd love to, and that was part of my thinking. Is almost I've done all of this work, physical work, learning in my own time, doing like formal education. Why would I not turn that into something that could benefit other people? It just, like, when you put it like that, it just seems crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A decade of honing your expertise in 3 fields that people need so much now. Like, why would I not?
Yeah, because
Why
you
would I
are
just keep that
an
to myself?
expert in all of those fields: psychology, fitness, and what was the third one? Grit.
Nutrition.
Oh, nutrition, but also grit as well, because
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I know
yeah,
that
you're
ties
right.
in with psychology
Yeah.
and thing.
I
It's
see what
like
you
ties
mean,
them all together. Do you know what I mean?
That's it, and it goes back to that idea of kind of like discipline and organisation that we were talking about
pushing
earlier.
yourself through things, and that's what I'm interested in. I want to pick your brain up, but we'll go into that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
But sorry, I did interrupt. You was talking about.
But I mean, you came back round to it in terms of like lending my expertise, and I'm like expert through experience with fitness, expert through education, through academia for psychology, and then just like an armchair expert for nutrition and that side of things. So by no means am I trying to say that I'm fucking top of the class on these things. But
Yeah, I think that's a bit of modesty, though. You are. Maybe you just don't have the experience.
yeah, maybe that's it. You're right. So I think it would be amazing to combine the 3, and I genuinely haven't seen anything out there that does combine the 3. I've seen things that combine fitness with nutrition, fitness with psychology, psychology with nutrition, but never the Holy Trinity.
Well, what do you think you could bring? Do you think you could maybe bring out a new course?
I think potentially, yeah. Just a way of looking at things probably would be get your kind of mindset right first. I'm speaking to you.
Yeah, sorry, I've burped. You know, when you're trying to hide the burps and your eyes go watery. That's what happened.
I saw your ribs cave in.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Yeah,
Rude of
get
me.
mindset right. Food, have a healthy relationship with food in terms of eating what you want, when you want, in modesty, obviously, but not fucking taking anything away from you, not overindulging when you don't need to. And only then would you kind of bring some sort of exercise or fitness or activity in to kind of round off this blueprint to a healthy lifestyle almost.
So what are your ideas behind it? Like, as you want to move in with, like, this is the route that you want to take in your life, right? You're going to do your PT qualification.
Yeah,
but
because I feel like you need to have that right to get things started.
Yeah, you do. And you know all the stuff already. It's not exactly like it's going to be too hard for
Yeah.
you. What are your plans for this transition? Do you know what I mean? Are you just going to be a PT in the gym and try and talk about psychology and nutrition?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because everyone does that.
Yeah.
What's going to take you? What's going to be like? Oh fuck yeah! Have you seen this bloke Matty and he does this now?
Yeah.
What? Because sorry to interrupt again. I'm on a bit of a tangent.
No, go on.
When I go to the CrossFit gym, they have they've got the gym there. They've got a coffee house, but it's also a food house.
Yeah.
And they also have like meditation rooms. They've got a float tank and stuff like that. So they're sort of hitting all 3 of those subjects without intentionally saying, hey, you need to do this. And I think that might have to be the route, because if you say, hey guys, I'm a PT, but I also want to have a psychology lesson a week, and also want to talk about your nutrition. Let's get you on a plan. People might be like, whoa, you trying to change me, bitch? Do you know what I mean? What are your plans?
Like, first of all, I would love to do all of that in terms of, I feel like the dream is to have some sort of like exercise space that's combined with a cafe that has something else going on, and in that cafe is some kind of like off-brand clothing. I think like just having again that sense of community there would just be incredible. I think in terms of what I was originally thinking, I haven't fleshed out any ideas at all yet. It would be kind of marketing myself as I kind of tick these boxes. If you're serious about making a change, fill in this form, fucking let me know. This is the price I charge for 10 years of experience in these fields, and it will be a premium price. I don't want to fucking go in and be like 30 quid for an hour.
Yeah.
Or it's not even an hour, is it? It's like 45 minutes. Premium price. If you're serious about making change, we're going to take things very slowly, week by week, to create a lifestyle for you.
So you're almost a lifestyle coach. Well,
yeah,
you are.
That sounds a bit wanky, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does, because I was in Costa the other week, right, and there was this guy. No, it was fucking ages
It was
ago.
me.
No, this cunt was telling me what to do, mate. No, honestly, this like 2 years ago or something. We was in Costa, and there was this guy, and he was a bit of a hippie, and he was telling fucking this guy like, "Hey man, you've just got to stay on track, and you've got to do it." He was a lifestyle coach.
Fuck, I don't remember that.
I just remember looking over to him like to this guy that he
Yeah.
was, and just feeling sorry for this guy. Like, come on, man, you know how to get your shit together. Yes, it might be nice to hear someone else say it.
Yeah.
But a friend can do that for you. You don't have to pay someone to do that for you.
But some people do need it, Tobe.
No. Sorry, this is from what I could hear this guy saying.
Yeah.
It was a load of shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so yeah,
But there's a difference between
charlatan.
Yes, mate. Fraud.
Awful. There are so many in our industry.
You are the industry now. Yeah, so I don't mean it in a rude way, because
Yeah, it came across rude.
yeah, and
I'm joking,
as I
I'm
said out
joking.
loud, I really didn't
No,
mean it
no,
like
not
that.
at all.
It was just, I saw this guy and he was just talking shit.
Yeah.
Well, he's just talking like a friend would talk to a friend, with giving them good advice.
Yeah. And then just
that
charge
might
them
have
for it.
Exactly. But what like when you talk about it, you are a qualified fucking pretty much psychologist, right? You have the qualification to be the psychologist.
No.
Oh.
Oh, no. No, not in terms of...
Well, listen, you didn't take a course. Listen, you didn't take a course online for 3 weeks and fucking start telling people what to do, did you?
No.
Exactly. You've got more. Do you know what I mean? You've
Yeah.
got more than just all right, mate. Yeah, fucking stop drinking so much. Stop, like, you know, stop having so many cigarettes, mate.
This guy sounds amazing.
20 quid a week. That's fucking $3,000 a year. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. Like, come on. You're better than that.
Yeah. That
that's-
is good advice.
Mate, stop smoking. Seriously.
I'm trying. Yeah.
But yeah, you've got more than that. You know what I mean? A lot fucking more than that. And
Thanks, sir.
and you have a big opportunity here, and this is what I want. Like, when someone says, "Yeah, I think in changing my career, mate. I think about being a PT."
Yeah. See, this is what worries me.
Yeah, man.
There are so many negative connotations attached to it.
That's only from what we've seen. Yeah, from the outsider, they think, "Oh, great, PT's a great fucking thing."
Yeah.
But from what we see it can also be another dark track, because we're around these people a lot.
And this kind of comes back around to what my other kind of main reason for doing it is that it really does like tie everything in together in terms of what we want to do. So you've got like the fitness side of things first of all, and I'd love to be able to just help people out that were fucking struggling with it, whether that's struggling with losing weight or just being fitter, having confidence in themselves, whatever. Then you've got the kind of the taste bud side of things again, which is still an ultimate goal of mine, to work with kids in some capacity. And if I was able to launch that in a new format, I'd be much better positioned to do it as a fully qualified coach.
And a little bit more money behind you.
Yeah. And maybe then with that, I could start looking at grants, funding, just some kind of like government or council financial backing, which would then allow me to employ people to do it instead of doing it myself, which was part of the problem before, because Joe and I were doing everything together.
Well, yeah, you don't have the time to do anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But if you have something else and that's almost like a side project, things happen like that because you're not worried too much about it, and it's just a much easier way of doing it. That's what I'm trying to say.
So then there's that, and then you can have some premium clients that are, like, you're really invested in, but then you can also move things online and do that course like you're saying earlier about how would you structure it. Maybe you can do some sort of online thing that you'd be able to provide people with for a reduced price to what it would be face to face. And then with that online, you can be anywhere in the world. So we could still do all of our traveling or challenges or whatever. We could be wherever we want to be doing this. Then, so that's Taste Buds, that's the coaching, that's this podcasting, doing the traveling side of things. Then if we were able to tie that in with the community that we create through this, so we can be an extra asset to them.
Massive, mate.
In terms of reinforcing whatever arsenal they have to combat what they want to do in life.
Yeah.
We're saying, hey, not only are we, I don't know, providing you some sort of fucking interest throughout the day through our conversation, maybe not. We've also got this side of things which can help you with your health. And then there would be like physical locations, like we're saying about having the space to train people, cafe, selling clothes, fucking yoga, everything.
Or listen, look.
Studio.
Oh, shit. Listen, in this day and age, anything's fucking possible, mate. We've got the internet. It's a different world out there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. If you want to do that, like with the PT side of it, if we want to do that, if we want to fucking think, we've got no fucking reasons why we can't.
No reason whatsoever.
Because if we can build up some sort of base, and if you're listening, let's get on it, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah? But there's no reason why you can't set up some sort of community, maybe on Patreon, and
yeah, you're right.
And you can have different ones. You know what I mean? You could have a fitness side of thing, and you can have a psychology.
I hadn't thought about
that.
Grit.
Yeah, whatever. If you wanted to set up different Patreons, it doesn't have to be expensive, but £1 a month or something. And the amount of benefit that it has on someone is ridiculous. You can set up like a workout one, and or whatever it is, or whatever. You know, I'm just saying that there's. I'm just going way too deep into something that doesn't matter. But what I'm just saying is the opportunity is there, and like it doesn't. Let's not let's sort of put your foot to the floor a little bit, and
that's exactly it. Like, not to be cliche, but this whole situation of sitting at home working, not really getting much out of it, not making a difference to people's lives, not pursuing what I wanted to pursue, it was a bit of a fucking reality check. And I've obviously got myself in a much better position in terms of my own personal issues with what we were talking about previously, that now I feel like I'm in the position to kind of, like you say, put the foot down and just fucking go for things now. So it'd be a shame to waste it.
There's a saying, and we all know the saying, build an empire and they will come. You know, like, you just gotta... Is that the saying?
I knew you were going to doubt yourself.
Oh, shit. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I don't know what a fucking saying is. Build and they will come. Fuck, I don't know what
Start
it is.
building, they'll go.
Build come.
That was it, but I knew you were going to doubt yourself.
I saw it in your eyes, mate. Your doubt gave me doubt, mate. Don't doubt me, mate.
Moral of the story, don't fucking doubt me. I was just wondering where you're going with it.
All right, mate. Where you going with your story? No, listen. Build and they will come. It's a fucking. It's the same. Build an empire, mate. Empire. Listen. We have the ability to reach Australia right now, just having this conversation.
We probably have done just now. If we reach Germany, they don't even
The
speak our
Germans.
language.
The Germans are
This
coming.
is mad.
It is mad. It's all mad. But seriously, we have the ability to reach the other side of the fucking world
Yeah.
in milliseconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's possible for everyone. That's what I think. I really do believe that. I think it's possible for everyone. You know, you don't need a community like 1 million and
Yeah.
fucking all that shit. Not even 100,000. It's not. You don't need that to get by. Like,
Think about how many people that is as well. 100,000 people.
It's a lot of people.
That's madness.
But how many people are on YouTube every day?
Yeah, fuck.
Billions.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is that? A 0.0001%?
That's exactly it. Yeah, you're right.
Maths.
Quick.
But do you know what I'm trying to say? Things are possible now. You don't need. Let's not get ourselves down just because it's not popping off right this second. You know, you got to put in the work.
Yeah.
Build
An empire.
an empire, and they will come.
The most exciting bit about it all is that building, though. Like, I feel like you and I are quite similar in that sense, that we love the
Grind.
the journey to get there.
Yeah.
Not love the grind, because that's gay.
Love the grind. Man.
Sorry, not gay.
Grind up. I like the grind, man. We spoke about this last time when I was living on that fucking farm, and
You're right.
And it's just
Yeah.
the grind is fun, and people don't know that. They just sort of think, "Fucking hell, mate! I wish I had a fucking McLaren, mate," or whatever it is, and you're not thinking about how the fuck you're gonna get there. You're just wishing about the final thing.
Yeah.
And also, that McLaren or that car that you're thinking, or that house or whatever it is, that's a tiny portion of you. I mean, it's not even you.
It's not even you.
And it's just like, why'd you put so much emphasis on this? You got to put in the work, put in the grind, watch things happen, man. And then you'll be able to enjoy yourself more when it does come. If it does come. Sometimes it doesn't come to
Yeah, but that's exactly it. What if it doesn't come? You have to enjoy that fucking journey, because you don't know what the end is.
Man, you blow my mind.
We just stumbled on it.
You blow my mind. Seriously though, that was good.
But that's true, isn't it?
Yeah, man. People don't realise you got to fucking worry about the fucking journey. You got to enjoy it. Be conscious in it. Don't think, I'm just gonna.
That's exactly it. Yeah, you're not doing it for the sake of doing it. You're doing it because that's exactly where you want to be.
And you got to find the right thing that you do. Like you say, bodybuilding for you wasn't that thing because you did it. And this is the good thing that you can take from it. You did it. You put in the fucking hard work and you completed it. Yeah, with all the discipline that you have.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't for you, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't. You didn't enjoy it. It didn't have any benefits for you.
Yeah.
But what about if you get on another path, doing this podcast or doing the PTing route and whatever it is, and then you're getting some benefits from it because now you've seen what you like the most, which is getting the fucking good feedback and seeing improve other people's lives.
Yeah.
And you start getting that from this, so you start getting it from the PT and stuff like that, and then you're fucking all that discipline that you've got built up inside.
Yeah.
That's when it starts paying off, when you're doing something you want to do.
Yeah. And you're right, and it is that that typical thing, but like I wouldn't be thinking this now, this whole like to do with the PT and the podcast and the fucking journey that we're trying to envisage is in front of us. I wouldn't be in this position if I didn't go through the shit that I ultimately put myself through, right, in terms of any kind of mental struggles or whatever. Because the first time when someone turned around and said to me, "Oh, you ever thought about being a PT?" Like, I would have got so fucking obsessive and worried about how I looked to the client and striving to just be bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, so it just wasn't right at that time.
Exactly, man.
And now it is, and I understand how I could grow it into something bigger. So, again,
But I think what you just said is quite valuable for a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people think about this, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of self-aware people out there.
Some people just don't have the time to think about it like this. Like, for me personally, at some points, I didn't have the time to, like, go into things, right?
Yeah, no, you're completely right, actually.
But yeah, go on.
No, but I think it's very, very valuable just hearing like, 'cause you always hear these fucking same little quotes like, build an empire, they will come, and
Yeah.
you hear things like that, and it's kind of stupid, like what I just said. But what we want to go in that little bit deeper is really going into what those fucking meanings mean, because I think they hold a lot of value. Right. Because like what you just said, of enjoying the journey and enjoy the journey, mate. Fighting, don't worry about it. You hear that all the time, but like, let's talk about that.
Yeah,
let's talk about
the
journey.
context behind it.
Yeah, because people don't.
Yeah.
They will just say they have these little slogans for it, and I've noticed that successful people do it a lot because they haven't got the time to tell everyone the ins and outs of everything. They really don't.
Yeah.
But you've got to look at the psychology and where they was in their head when they decided to take this route. And are they this fucking disciplined, fucking dedicated person? Yeah. Yes. Did they go down other bad routes before? Maybe not. Maybe they just got lucky first time, but most of them probably did. And do you know what I mean? There's a web behind that.
Yeah, completely.
That fucking saying, and people don't go into it. They just go, yeah, fucking, just keep working hard, mate.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a farce. The whole motivational quote, blah blah blah. It's an absolute farce, and it's a joke of an industry because it's almost like clickbait. It's like cognitive clickbait.
But someone like me, I'm a bit weird. Okay, I think a lot. Yeah. Yeah. And I read those quotes, and I genuinely take them in, and I think what the psychology is behind them.
Yeah, people don't take them in.
Yeah, but I like, sometimes I like looking at philosophical quotes and
that's different.
And what they're saying, and and I think there's a lot of meaning behind that. Yeah, where other people wouldn't. They just go, oh yeah, that's a good little saying, isn't it, mate? Yeah. Yeah,
no, people use it as like almost something to hide behind, but like you're saying, the successful people, they didn't hone in on these quotes, and if they did, there was much more behind it. They didn't watch these fucking 10 steps to success YouTube videos. They just went and fucking did things, right? And I shit you not, like you're saying earlier, everyone just failed hundreds of times in order to get where they were. So that's again people don't speak about failure, they just speak about success.
Exactly. And because that's all you see.
Yeah.
Why would anyone post their failures?
Yeah.
They wouldn't. So that's all you see. So you think it just happens first time. But I think about it a little bit. Everyone's different, yeah? Everyone's different. And they've all got different traits and different things. And like you're very disciplined, and that is like a perfect thing to be ultra successful with, but you just haven't found the right thing. Yeah. And I look at you and I do think that, and I've always thought that. I've thought, fucking hell, this bloke's got everything in. He's spinning all the plates on everything. He just hasn't found that thing yet. But what I think with successful people, that just in any field, they're all different. They all have different traits, but they find what they want to do, and they find their meaning. They find their something that they enjoy, and they find what it is. It's not they're not like a special person.
No.
How many
exactly
people,
that.
I meet so many people that are fucking rich and they got fucking everything, and you talk to them and you're just like, oh
shit, you're normal.
You're human, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like, we need to stop putting these people up on pedestals like they can fucking do everything and we can't. Yeah. For some reason, it's something you just sort of fall in line with. Oh, that's my place in the world. Oh, I just work for somebody else.
Yeah. That's so true.
Do you know what I mean? It's people get caught up in it.
Yeah.
people don't take that step back and say, hey, that guy's just a normal guy that did this because that suited his thing properly, and that was good for him or good for her, and fuck, why don't I try and do something like that? It's almost impossible nowadays because you have so many financial pulling downs and stuff like that. It's impossible to do because you're stuck in that sort of zone. But if you can keep pushing through and you find the ability to do that, keep pushing through and finding that next thing. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, keep trying. You're gonna come onto something that you're gonna have an enjoyable life with, a different sort of life. And it's hard. It's scary taking that leap because you're caught up in the thing of, you know, I need to do this, and maybe I need to go fucking live with my parents for 2 years while I do this.
Yeah.
2 years out of your life ain't shit if you're gonna fucking start doing better for yourself and start living a life that you want to live.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's near enough impossible to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and understand what somebody else is going through. But, like, from my perspective, and
was that too strong?
No, not at all. No, I'm just saying that as like a prequel to what I'm about to say.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. I think you brought on something in me a couple of weeks ago where I kind of took a step back and thought, not a couple of weeks ago, it was with this podcast before we started it actually. I took a step back and was like, because, you know, I was on the fence about starting this anyway, because I was like, why the fuck would people want to listen to us? Like, we haven't even got our shit together. And then I was like, hold on, like, we've both done this and that. We've tried different things. We're not where we want to be, but we're fucking trying hard to get there. And we're trying hard to find it. Why would I stay employed in an organisation that was paying me an amount that was like an arbitrary amount? They've pulled that out of fucking thin air. That is nowhere close to the value of what my time is, what any human being's time is. Like, I can't figure out what it equates to, but a human being's minute on Earth cannot be equivalent to what some people are paying people. Why would I let that happen when I can fucking use the skills that I've got, use the hardships that I've been through, and use my kind of like life experience to, I guess, monetize it in a way, but also bring value to the world, and like by association bring value to yourself. And when I had that kind of like that moment, I was like, okay, let's just fucking get going. This is stupid now. But that, I feel like that was kind of like the pinnacle of a lot of you and I going through some cycles, particularly of me coming to you and being like, Tobe, I fucked up again. Tobe, I don't know where I'm going. And then this was kind of the moment where I was like, yeah.
Let's get on with it.
Yeah, stop being stupid now.
Yeah.
And stop being a pussy, because like part of it was being scared, right?
Of course. Fucking who isn't?
Yeah.
We're I say we're getting older, but we're getting to that point where you're sort of, if you're still at home and stuff, then you're fucking expected to fucking thing. And there's going to be a lot of people out there like that because it's hard now, man.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's got all the money to fucking go and even pay rent?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
There's a lot of people out there chasing dreams. Getting on a little bit.
And that's what I was saying by it's near enough impossible to understand what other people are going through, because you and I are in such a fortunate situation where other people have significant others, they have rent to pay, they have kids, they have like financial obligations that means they have to stay in that job, whereas you and I are in a position where we can't say fuck it, and we definitely can't when we move into this new place, but we can still say, let's try something different, or let's go away, or whatever.
I seriously think this is going to be a good move for us because we're so in like there, especially doing this.
Yeah.
But not just this, you know. Like I'm talking just on a day-to-day basis. I know there's that you're a different person than me when we're fucking at home. Like sometimes I'm just lazy. Tell you what, I haven't been lazy this week though. I've been fucking pretty busy.
Get it, girl.
But like you can sit down on a laptop and on a computer and just fucking work it out and say, hey, here's a subject that I want to get to the bottom of, or hey, here's something that I need to get a thing. And I'm not very good at that. I get quite distracted and almost like a little kid, but I think having each other around, we'll be able to put each other on the right paths.
That balance.
Yeah, big balance thing, but also just telling each other like, right, fucking stop slacking a little bit. Let's
Right,
get on
I see
with
what you
it.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not slacking anywhere near as much time, but I'm looking forward for you doing that to me.
That makes sense.
And I expect it as well. Yeah, I docked your rent because you're gonna slack me.
Dock it a bit more. And I'll go at you like an army sergeant. Wait, keep talking. I'm going for a piss.
Oh fuck! I don't know what I was saying.
New place.
Yeah, this new place, for anyone who doesn't know, me and Matt are going to be moving into our new place soon. And it'll be me, my brother, and Matt. But we're going to be sort of just living together, doing our own thing. But, we've always lived quite far from each other. And I think getting closer to each other is just going to push us in a better direction, just in general, even if it doesn't amount to anything or there's no specific goal. I think just better as a person, because we can keep each other accountable with what we're fucking doing. And me and my brother was having this conversation the other day. We need to fucking put our socks up a little bit and crack on. Not to say that that's the best thing to do, but sometimes we get lazy, and we need to be honest with each other when we're doing that, because we're not doing it right now, if you know what I mean. But I think this move is going to be a good one, and we'll benefit from it in the long run. Here's Matt anyway.
What did you say?
Just said the move's going to be good, pretty much.
I genuinely can't wait. Has there been any movement on it?
No, we've got our survey booked in for a couple of weeks' time, and then fucking whatever from there. It's about, I think, maybe 2 months.
It's not bad.
No, not bad.
Yeah, I can't fucking wait.
Yeah.
Should we move on to some lighter topics?
Coming in.
Girls, mate.
Well, oh shit, what's happened?
Well,
You got a cheeky little grin on your face, mate.
I'm just excited to get back into it.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I've been hinging
need
last
to get a six-pack, mate.
weekend. Or else I wouldn't even fucking look at you.
Shit. You've been gym twice already, yeah? It's only 12 o'clock. Sorry,
Yeah, I've been hinging just some fucking outrageous looking girls.
Around here?
Not here. I might try that later, actually. But hinge is so difficult, man. It's almost pointless. It genuinely is.
Why?
I don't know, 'cause it's not fucking like meeting up with the girls. I mean, you could push it, but it's just like shit conversation at the moment.
Yeah, I always die at the first 3. Like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how did you do? What are you doing tonight? And that's it. And then I stop.
Yeah.
I'm done.
If
I'm
I was
done
a
with
girl,
your fucking boring ass. Yeah, I'm done with you.
that sounds like you're the one being boring.
Listen.
Have you? You haven't been on anything, have you?
No.
No girls.
No girls. No girls, mate. No, nothing, mate. So what has Tinge been like for you, though?
Hinge.
What did I say? Tinge?
Tinge.
Tinger.
That's
You like the gingers, mate?
I have actually matched with a ginger. She's seriously fit.
Yeah, I don't know how some blokes do it, man. Yeah, she went gorgeous. Oh, look at her, she's gorgeous.
You're such a fucking bird.
Yeah, she's beautiful, mate.
But look at the other ones as well. They're just such good-looking girls. But like,
we'll go back and look
yeah,
at that thing.
Don't worry, you're not going to fall on a dick pic or anything. I've deleted them all.
You're a big football fan. Come on, Zoe.
Listen,
Ask
it's
something
coming
better,
home,
mate.
so
Ask something better.
somebody had to say it in the conversation.
Right, oh my god. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so Hinge is annoying because you're matching with these girls and you're not actually seeing them. So it's a bit frustrating.
Yeah, this year, for fucking people, single people, some people have been smashing it up.
Yeah.
I was at the beginning a little bit.
But I was saying this to my brother the other day, like, my pictures are so shit and they're from at least a couple of years ago.
Why are you lying to me?
What?
Are your pictures bad?
Go on it now.
Right, let me have a look.
I take a horrible picture. You saw firsthand last week. Jess?
You shut up back there.
Close that fucking door.
No, you look pretty hot, mate. You look pretty hot.
I date you.
Yeah, you're pretty buff. I'm in one of them.
Huh?
I'm in one of them, mate.
Go on, so-
I don't know.
See, but it was from fucking ages ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was literally like 6 years ago. No, mate, you smashed it with these ones.
I just need to take more pictures anyway. I can't turn up and start.
No, you
fucking
done well
catfishing
here.
again.
You done well. You done well.
Worked to what I had. But yeah, the point is, so that's frustrating because you match a girl and you like have a little bit of conversation with them,
Yeah.
and you get that little fucking
Yeah, little giddy.
little
giddy.
excitement, but then you just never meet them, so it's just fucking pointless.
Yeah. How do you meet girls?
I've been trying to say just like, all right, this is boring. Let's just meet.
Yeah. How do you say that? They all
Literally
seem to
like
be ignoring
that.
you, mate. Oh, this one's cute.
Who's that?
Little Jody.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah, man. What do you do?
I don't know.
How do you fucking meet up with them? Especially now, it's like a new world. Like, how do you fucking ask someone to fucking go out? I suppose it's pretty normal now and here in England.
Do you know what is actually
Like,
like
to be able to go out with someone.
what?
Like if you want to ask someone out, it's not exactly hard, is it?
No, it's not. But like that's become very much the norm, the kind of online stuff. It used to be like, oh my god, embarrassing that we're on Hinge, and now it's like, yeah.
Yeah,
just a norm.
everyone's on Hinge now.
But the other thing that I was going to talk about was last weekend with my ex. Have we spoken about that yet?
No.
Not the most recent ex, the ex before.
Yeah, you met up with her.
Yeah. Have we gone through it?
A little bit, yeah, last week.
On this?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So it was the night after, the day after, wasn't it?
Oh, shit,
I
it was,
think you
you're
were
right.
still drunk, to be fair.
Quite possibly.
I think you was a bit out of it. It was a
lot.
bit slow last week.
I felt so slow
Hey.
last week.
Oi!
He's playing last week to
Turn
show
it down,
how
mate.
slow. I felt so slow last week. And after setting up the fucking mics and everything.
Rough, mate. We're in a hard
was
line of
not our
business,
best.
mate. We're in a hard line.
But yeah, so the fallout from that has been like, for me, I felt fucking on top of the world this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Just like there was a kind of question mark whenever you come out of a relationship, right? You're like, shit, is that it now? Or do I have to hang up the...
Hang up my gloves,
Yeah, what would be the equivalent to gloves?
condoms.
Johnnies, yeah. Hang up the Johnnies.
On the balls. Oh no, I just got the weirdest image in my head. On a coat hanger.
Yeah.
Those are the
Those
balls
are
I used to have.
Don't touch them.
Dusting them every day.
So yeah, I mean, it's not exactly perfect yet. It's like I've fumbled in a fucking goal. I haven't scored a screamer because I've just gone back to an ex and like managed to talk around to it after a couple of runs. But yeah, after that it's like, okay, fucking sick. And like what we did, we never did when we were going out. I always like,
Ew.
yeah,
Dirty.
anal. No, it wasn't that. But
Was it just having sex?
like I always had my own like reservations. It was still when I was going through like getting in my own head and just being like, she thinks she looked like shit basically.
Yeah.
And so I'd never like like really fucking go for it, and then this time we did. And so yeah, this week that's just had a knock-on effect, and I've been fucking bulletproof.
Sometimes when you're in that sort of zone, when everything just keeps happening at once, you get in. Somebody keeps popping up from thing like out of the blue. You know, someone might give you a little message out of the blue, and you're like, "How the fuck you know I was single?" Or like, what's has that been happening this week at all? Or anything like that?
Absolutely not.
Not a
But I know where you're going from, innit?
I've heard about it, innit? No, but seriously, like, you know what you were talking like last week, you was down a coffee shop, some bird wanted a little bit of a bit more of a conversation.
Fuck, I haven't seen her since. So annoying.
Right, let's not get excited, yeah?
She was the love of my life, and now I haven't seen her, so.
Next week.
Yeah, maybe.
But there's been none of that.
No, but like just the way I fucking... This sounds so like schoolboy, so foundation level, but just the way I like handled the workload this week for my job.
Like a boss.
Went to the gym, just fucking cracked on even though I was knackered from work.
Yeah, man, you're getting into the groove.
That's exactly it. So I just felt like I was getting into the groove.
Yeah.
So
that's exactly it,
thankful for that.
But like we were saying earlier before all this, we were talking about the fucking waking up so early. You wake up at 5 a.m, right?
Yeah.
Or 5:30.
5.
And the sun's up, man. Oh my god.
Makes such a difference.
Do you not get depressed when it's fucking...
I don't think I get depressed. I was about to ask you about that, actually. Do you both get...
Jess is just depressed all year round, look.
It's winter in that
He's
head.
looking at us like...
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes I'm happy.
I remember I was happy once. Yeah, you guys get like seasonal affective disorder quite bad, don't you?
Fucking serious, man.
Why do you think that is, though?
It's miserable out there. It's all dark and cold, and nobody's being nice, and you got to get up early, and you're fucking having a cold shower.
Turn it to hot. What's going on?
Too cold to get hot. It's that cold outside.
The hot is cold.
I just do have cold showers.
Oh, yeah. Are you still doing it, by the way?
A little bit.
Mad, man.
Maybe not as much. I was doing it every single day, but now I do it maybe like 3 times a week.
I need to get back to every single day. I used to.
It makes such a big difference, man. But this is the thing. When you wake up and you're automatically in a good mood, like I was today...
Yeah.
You jump in the cold shower, everything's great. Yeah. And you wake up in a bad mood, you try and get in a cold shower. It's tough, man. It's tough. And you get in there and it doesn't make that much difference.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh my God, I'm so awake, I'm so alive. It's nothing like that, man. It's just fucking hell, like, I'm fucking cold, man. Why did I do that to myself? That's what you feel like because you're depressed. But when the sun's out, you're like, shit, I'm going to warm up in a minute now.
Yeah, true.
And you get out of the shower, you're all naked.
Like a lizard.
You know what I mean? You're all naked. You're just like, hey, fucking doing your back in the mirror. You know what I mean? But then when it's fucking freezing, you're like, fuck, go get my shoes on. You can't enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I get that. I definitely get that. But are you not just like...
What'd you get? Like, that bit.
I get it all. I get it all. Are you not just like, this is kind of the part of life? Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's hot.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather it be a bit nicer?
Well, obviously, yeah.
Is that too much to ask for? We don't have the heating on. I think that's probably why. Do you in the summer, in the winter, do you have the heating on?
Yeah,
like in the morning and it's warm inside.
Warmish, yeah.
Oh, mate, you're living in luxury, mate. You're living like a king.
When I come here in the winter, I honestly think, how do you guys live?
Yeah,
how
mate, we put ourselves through it.
But why? So like throughout the generations, the Champagnes have always...
Yeah, we just like to keep everything exactly the same.
Knock these wolves down for winter.
Yeah, Dad's just brought us up in our miserable world. He wants us to see his miserable side of life. I think that's probably some sort of sick reason behind it.
Quite possibly.
He's just like looking at us and like thinking, you've got it too good, you little cunts.
Yeah.
We're going to fucking turn the heating off, you little pricks.
just 1 degree less every day.
Yeah. See how you fucking like it now, mate. See how you like it now. Wait until you start paying the rent, mate.
Looking for your jumpers, though.
That's what he's looking. Yeah. Oh, you can't find a towel.
I burnt them.
You can't find a towel after that cold shower.
And cold shoulder from him.
Prick. Yeah, no, I'm joking. He's not that bad.
Well, first 30 years, he's thought, right, let me put these guys through the shit so they know what it's like. And now you can just go and flourish.
Mate, I'm going to have the heating on. Probably not. Probably not, because it's going to be expensive.
It will be, yeah.
We'll have candles.
And then get pretty hot sometimes.
Sleeping on a bed of candles. You're just underneath all your bed has got candles. It just heats up your mattress.
What?
Oh, mate, it's fine. It's actually new, mate. You have to boil your water just to have a shower. That's what it's going to be like.
And then chuck it on each other.
Yeah.
I reckon
Our showers are going to be water fights.
I reckon.
Oh, and again, mate. Ah, shit. Chasing each other around, whipping the towel on each other's mouth. Oh, gotcha. Got a little bit dirt back there. I'm done.
I'm not sure I want to be a part of this anymore.
Jess is just not finding us funny. He's like, what the fuck?
Not today. Jess, did you have an edible for breakfast as well? Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, not for breakfast.
Hell
A
yeah.
couple hours ago, yeah.
What, before we went to...
No, actually, when I had the beer.
Oh, okay.
Had a beer. But I just took a little bit. Not enough to get me like I was last time.
Yeah, you were gone last time.
No, go on, man.
Now, when you get high, how different... What do you feel like? Do you
I feel
feel...
like a child.
You feel like a child, yeah?
like a
Really?
child, yeah.
You just find everything pretty funny and
I find shit
giggly.
funny, I find it like hard to interact with people, but like I get into my own head, and I like it there. I quite like it there. Whereas you would freak out.
What, like a psychopath?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You freak out.
No, so you like getting into your own little groove of things in your own head.
Think really deeply about stuff.
Yeah.
When you're high, I always look at you and I think the amount that must be going on in there right now. Just everything's ticking over.
His eyes are like
Thinking,
peeling back.
Matrix.
Eyes are twitching.
You're right, Jess. Yeah.
Just.
I was thinking about that time, the one time that I got high.
We
because
need to tell this story.
There's actually a girl on Hinge that one of her prompts was talking about how she accidentally took an edible.
Oh yeah, did she tell you a story about it, or did she not reply?
Not really. And she is just like, oh, I'm sure you fucking had some of them. She sounds a bit manly, doesn't she? She said, I'm sure you've had one of them. I'm sure you fucking... I'm sure you fucking slang it up there. And yeah, so I was like, that I've only had one time where it's gone like too far. To be honest, the rest of them, I don't think I've been doing it properly.
Yeah, because let's say, so we went camping just briefly, and first night we had a little bit of an edible. I don't know how much it was, and I felt it a little bit, and everyone was sort of. I think Jess fucking felt it because he had loads more, but me and
Jess
Matt,
welcomes it. I feel like the more you welcome it in, the more you can feel it.
Yeah.
Whereas I was probably a little bit like,
whoa,
yeah,
you bit space that. Bit hungry. Is he laughing at me?
Man, that's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, man. But Jess welcomes it like, bring it on. He's like, well, bring it on, bitch. Let's fucking keep it moving. That's what Jess says in his head. But let's talk about the first night. You didn't really feel it at all, really. You just maybe felt a little tingle.
Little tingle, and then like I had a few beers as well, so a few Strongbow dark fruits. So I was like, look, sugar rush, alcohol.
Oh my god!
This
is so exciting. I love camping.
peak.
But the thing is, when you're taking beers, sometimes what I find is if you have a couple of beers and you have an edible, right? Because you got that little bit of alcohol in you, you sort of don't realise when that initial impact start happening. Because when I'm sober and I have an edible, little bit of chocolate or something,
You know exactly.
I know exactly when it's happening. Like when we came back from Hartford today, I was walking back, and as I was walking back, I was like, oh,
Oh shit, that's crazy.
I was like, here we go. You know what I mean?
Here we go.
And but when you have a little bit of drink, you don't realise that as much because you're a little bit wary into it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think that initial, oh shit, here we go. We're in for the ride. Yeah. When you start thinking like that, you start panicking. You can do.
Yeah,
but
that's
if you're
true.
drunk and you're a bit more accepting of it.
Yeah.
Accepting, mate.
When you eat it, depends on when your body digests it as well. Like I've heard stories of people eating it and then getting high next day when they're at work.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Man, that would freak me out if you took it the day before and you fucking started having it the next day.
You just wouldn't know what was happening.
I remember one of the first times, it wasn't the first times I had weed, but one of the first times I had a lot of weed. And it was no, it was at Adam Tripp's house, and he just said, have this, mate. And it was like half a zoot or something, yeah? Whatever you call it nowadays. And I just started sucking on this thing like it was like, I thought, I'm not going to do anything, I just have a bit more than I normally do, but it was a fucking lot more than what I normally do. And he had skunk, which is like a bit more potent and a bit heavier than fucking just having a little bit of tar weed, mate. But I remember having that and I remember fucking freaking the fuck out for about 5 days.
And on top of that, you were with Adam Trips. That was
I remember I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. I remember that feeling. And then somebody, like, random people started coming in the room, like Joe Strong and Callum and Amir, and then Tori and her friends. And I was sitting on the edge of this thing, the edge of the sofa. And I was like, I'm freaking the fuck out, looking at everyone coming in the room, and I was thinking, what the fuck is going on? I need to get home. I need to get out of here. There's too many people here. They can all see how high I am. And then everyone was, someone said to me, like, because I went white. You call it whitey, and don't you? When you fucking get so high, you just, like, you're a bit spinny and you just throw up everywhere. I started going white. I didn't throw up though, because I'm a man. So I went completely white, and everyone was, someone said, Tobe, are you alright, mate? Yeah, I'm alright, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm fine, yeah. Just think I need to get home, really. Just a bit hot in here. And yeah, man, I fucking never freaked out so much. But I remember being spaced. I wasn't freaking out for a few days, but I was spaced out for at least 3 days. I remember going home and just going straight up to bed. I remember there was dinner on the table. I said, nah, you're all right. I've never missed a dinner in my life. Never missed a dinner. So everyone in the family must have think, fucking hell, what's wrong with this guy? And then I started freaking out, thinking that everybody thought that I was freaking out. Do you know what I mean? And it just gets in your head. But sorry, this is a massive tangent compared to where you was freaking out. Because on the first night, we had probably about 10 milligrams. And it didn't really feel like we were drinking. And then I think we took it up to about... You can never really tell with these edibles, but I think it was about 25 to maybe 50 milligrams. Yeah, easy 50 actually. Because, really? Yeah. So that second night, we're all sitting there. Yeah. Tell me what's going on, because I need a wee.
So the beer, can you get past?
Yeah.
So I feel like the beer on the first night masked it, because then I could just be like, I woke up the next morning, I was like, I was just a bit drunk. Like, you can't attribute what feelings were to what substance, you know what I mean? Yeah. So the next day I was completely fine, and then I think on that night I had a little bit. I probably had the same amount as I did on the first night, and then a bit more when it fucking came round again. Gotta do this. And then honestly, for like the first, I have no idea of like length of time, but for the first like phase, I was so fucking happy. It was amazing. Like, I feel like the drink hit me a little bit, and then the weed kicked in, and I was like, fuck, this is amazing. Like,
just kept going.
Yeah. And I was like, we're camping, and like, we're all together. We've got this fire going. We're just sitting, chilling around. Everything was fucking hilarious. You remember, like, Toby was telling shittest jokes, and I was like, "Is that the funniest thing that anyone's ever said?" I'm pretty sure it is. And there was one joke told which was so dead. What was it? About like, it was just about like a man or someone, and I was on the floor fucking laughing at it. And then it just like kept ramping up, and I would like recognize it in myself and be like, oh fuck, you're starting to, maybe you shouldn't have had that much, blah blah blah. You're starting to feel it a bit. Just like sit with it, and it will go. Don't let the others see that you're fucking struggling. And then before I knew it, I was just in another fucking dimension.
Yeah,
I was like with you, but I wasn't with you.
You were sinking into the woodlands.
Honestly, I was getting further and further back.
Analysing social
Yeah.
behaviour.
Yeah, man. You start fucking picking up shit that you don't normally pick up, or if you do pick it up, you don't think about it.
I genuinely thought at one stage, like Jordan had whispered to one of you, like, yeah, Matt's gone. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
he
shit.
did.
Yeah, we sent it to you, mate.
He was like, Matt, are you alright?
Yeah, but then that happened.
He was a vegetable, mate. He was like this. Genuinely, this is what Matt was like. Yeah, he was like this.
I remember Matt was like, can I have some water? Yeah. And then it was Toby, Jordan and me. And then Toby grabbed water, gave it to Jordan, and gave it to me. And I was about to give it to Matty. And as Matty gets to Matty gets up and walks to the front. And everyone
Are they going to give it to me? Am I going to get it in time? How am I going to get it in time?
Right, I've just got to go myself now.
and then he started crouching, didn't he?
Yeah, I remember the
Matt,
crouching
you did
went on
that.
for
You
eternity.
did that weird thing.
Oh, it wasn't that weird, was it?
That was pretty weird, mate.
I went. It's like the Vietnamese crouch, isn't it? Where you sit back on your hind legs. I remember I was
Yeah.
in that position, and I was like, why am I not? Because I usually start like fucking cramping up or pins and needles. And
Oh, and you was thinking about that as well.
I'm thinking, why am I not getting this? What's going on? And I felt like I was there for like a year. And I just remember eating that packet of marshmallows, that
Oh my
family-sized packet of marshmallows, roasting the first couple on the fire, and then thinking, fuck it. There's no time. I've just got to eat them raw. I've got to
Why
get
is
this
time
sustenance in.
such a factor
I
when
know,
you're high?
It's crazy.
Like, you don't even think about time when you're fucking sober
Yeah.
and you're just talking about shit. But when you're high, you think about time.
Yeah.
Like, I got high the other night and I was flicking through my Instagram feed. I tell you what, I also haven't done this week. I haven't been on my phone that much. It's been great. But when I have been on Instagram, I've been looking at these girls, man. Bad. Like, have you
What,
seen
proper, like Instagram girls?
Yeah, Instagram
I
girls.
haven't seen any of them.
Man, or TikTok. I haven't got TikTok, but they put them on Instagram. Yeah, and there's this new craze. Yeah, where man, it's bad.
Yeah, terrible. What's the craze?
There's
So I can
you
search
say, oh my god, it's terrible. These girls, they put like hardly fucking whatever on, right? And they do this thing when there's this song, and at the end of the song, they go, it says something like Big Bank, right? I don't know what the thing is. They jump and turn around and they show their bum, and their bum like fucking jiggles that little bit, man. Matt,
You jerked off to it?
I'm addicted.
Really?
Like, it was bad. I was almost in a trance.
Oh, no. You're a pedo.
But am I? Or should you just maybe think, like, if you're putting
Such a
that
pedo.
sort of video up, like, people are going to watch. You're doing it because people, you want to get views. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, man, I'm not a pedo because I'm fucking looking at these. I'm not fucking pedo! You're fucking pedo, like. You fucking little like. But yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? Fucking, I was in a trance looking at it. I was just flicking through these things, man.
Yeah. Yeah. How did you get onto that? Oh, because you're high looking at Insta and you're in a trance.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But I was talking about time. I spent hardly any time on this week, but when I did, I was looking
You
at
were
these
jerking
things.
off
Yeah,
to
but
these
when
young
you're
girls.
high, fucking this time thing is a big thing. But where I was going to go into that is, I was on my phone the other night, and I was a little bit high, and I was flicking through my phone, and I thought I'd been on this thing for centuries.
Really?
I'd been on it for 2 minutes.
It's called the Bugs Bunny ears.
What?
The Bugs Bunny is. Oh!
Fuck's sake, man.
It's been going around a lot, man. Everyone's someone's doing it.
Man, see what I mean? And you telling me you couldn't watch that all day?
Yeah, probably. Probably do other things. The funniest thing of that fucking getting high. So I'm there in my own little world. I think you guys are like, and you probably were having little conversations about me, laughing about me, whatever. But you guys were also quite high as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too high.
Like I remember at one point, you guys started laughing at something, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't find that funny." Like,
That's
have I
the
gone
thing.
too far?
Yeah, man. When you realise that something's not, when you're not laughing at something when you're high, you start questioning yourself. You're like,
and there was a joke that you said that was proper, like a proper dad joke, like would you call a blah blah blah. I think it was genuinely, what do you call a deer with no eyes? And like there was a long pause, and I said no idea out loud, and I got fucking so paranoid that you hadn't said the joke, and so that we were all just sitting around this fire for like 5 minutes of silence, and then all of a sudden out of the blue I've just gone, no idea. And I thought you guys were going to be like, what the fuck is this guy on? But then I'm pretty sure you did say the joke.
well, just like ignoring you that you even said it. Like, fucking this cunt.
This guy's eyes, but so I just didn't know where I fucking was, and then I think I had a pretty good sleep, and then just woke up, and I was still like on a bit of a wave, but
Yeah, you still wake up fucking when you have that much, and you're thinking the first few times, you still wake up and you're a little bit spaced out a little bit.
yeah.
But it's good. I think I like that feeling in the morning after. When I have a hangover, there's nothing worse. Nothing worse, man. I could jump off the side of a building hoping that stops, because that's how
bad, doesn't it?
Man, it hits me bad. Like I'm talking like I'm just jittery and I'm depressed and I've got anxiety. It's bad, man.
You didn't seem as bad when we when all four of us went out with Jordan as well, a few weeks ago before Jordan left.
It's because we where was that? Here, back here.
Mexican place, and then the pub,
Yeah, you see when I woke up at 6 a.m. At 4 a.m. in the morning or something, and I had a shower.
Yeah.
That's because I got anxiety, man.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I'm waking up. you laughing? You fucking dickhead, mate. It's anxiety, mate. It's funny to you, mate. No, but listen, that's because I wake up at fucking 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, fuck, I'm not doing anything.
Right.
And my mind's ticking like crazy, and I've got to do something. I've got to get my day started. And then I come back into bed, right? And I put something.
Get back into bed.
Get back into bed. And I get back into bed, and I'm like trying to force myself to go back to sleep because I know what's going on. And if I can't get back to sleep, I crash. I crash in the next 3-4 hours, and then it just puts my whole day to shit, and then I'm just fucked. And for those few hours that I'm awake, I've never experienced much worse. I'm being serious, man. Like I'm fucking, my brain's ticking. I'm fucking on edge. I'm fucking getting anxiety and shit. I'm like really fucking stressing out over here, guys. Yeah. But if I have another sleep, if I can get back to sleep for an extra couple of hours, which is rare, I feel much better. Still don't feel good, but I feel much better.
Midday.
Yeah, but I'm talking even up until that. If I wake up early and I go back to have a nap at midday, or I go back to sleep at midday, those few hours that I'm awake, 6 hours or something, so I wake up early, are like hell.
That's fucking weird, isn't it?
It is pretty weird. But when I'm high and I maybe have an edible the night before, and sometimes you still feel it a little bit in the morning, it's not a bad feeling at all. It's like, it's actually quite nice because you're just a touch high.
Well, I woke up the other day after having an edible.
Watch out for the camera, yeah?
Sleep, and I accidentally fell asleep and woke up probably halfway through, when I shouldn't have woken up. And I couldn't, my coordination was off, completely off. Like I was trying to go like that, doing that, and I was doing this.
Oh, what? Because you were so tired, you couldn't. You had no coordination.
Something was off, my left and right. It was weird.
What? Because you were half asleep.
No, it's happened for like an hour. Like my coordination was off. I couldn't touch anything like that. I was trying to do this, and it was just.
But I think that may be dangerous, mate.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah. No, I'm being serious, man. Fucking, it might be a little bit dangerous because that's not normal.
No.
Have you had that?
No.
I haven't had that.
No, bro, man. It's weird.
What, and are you saying it's because you woke up halfway between when you should have?
Yeah.
Threw off your... Yeah.
Oh, you were just super high. That's what happened.
I don't know what happened.
That's what happened. You were just fucking super high. For sure.
I felt like I had a stroke.
Don't worry about it. You were just super high because you're freaking out right now. I can see it in your eye.
If I have a stroke.
What did you just do?
Open the door.
That's all right. Yeah, man. I can see you're freaking out right now. Don't freak out. If you woke up and felt a bit less coordination, it was probably because you probably had the edible before you went to sleep. They can last 6 hours or they can last a long time, man. You probably woke up right in the peak of it or something.
Maybe.
Peak District.
I didn't feel like I was high, man. It was like my brain wasn't working.
Yeah, that's because you don't know because you woke up in the middle of the night and you don't know what's going on and you're just like, oh my god, the fuck. You know what I mean?
Oh, that is
That's the
rough.
way to describe it.
You think your eyes are straight. He was actually putting his hand over his eyes. He looks like Sloth out of fucking The Goonies. Hey, you guys. But yeah, man. I think we need to maybe open you up to see if you like it. And if you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
Like fucking having a couple of edibles. Because I think if you do enjoy it or you get the feeling for it, I think there's a lot of benefit to it. Like, I think I feel a little bit looser. I take life a little bit less pinch of salt when I'm on it, and you know I can take things in my stride a little bit easier. I'm easier to get inside of a conversation a bit better. Like right now,
yeah.
like I feel a bit more locked in. Maybe I'm not,
Really?
but I feel a little bit more locked in than I normally am. And maybe I'll be thinking a bit more about what I'm talking about. But if if I smoke a little bit or if I have a little edible, then I feel like I'm just in the flow of things a little bit more. And I think there's a benefit to it.
That's very interesting.
But
Do you prefer smoking or do you prefer either of them to the other?
I think I prefer edibles.
Really?
Or
But you don't put tobacco in it anyway, do you?
No.
No. You prefer edibles, Jess? No.
Jess prefers getting high instantly.
Well, sometimes, for me, this is a weird thing, like, if I'm going to have a shower, a lot of the times, I like to just take a little puff of weed and jump in the shower. And I put music on and I just fucking dance in the shower. It's like a happy moment.
That's mental.
It's a happy moment.
Yeah, but listen, man, how valuable is that to you? Like having a little bit of something to smoke.
Yeah.
Getting into thing and just letting yourself go, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's true. Like that might bring a lot of value to your day.
You feel better.
Because that's something to... this is so stupid and it's the most stoner thing I've probably ever said, but it's something to look forward to, man. Like, that's like a highlight to your day a little bit, and you can maybe, if you're stressing out all day and stuff, and you turn off a little bit, and you can loosen up a little bit, and you can feel the music and feel the shower on your skin and stuff. I mean, it might be quite valuable to you if you're a person that can't get yourself into that sort of position.
But that's where you're coming from when you say this kind of stuff to me, right? Is it because I'm not the sort of person to let myself get loose or switch off or whatever. So it would kind of make sense that maybe I try a little something like this and just see what happens.
Yeah. Don't go into it with any sort of feelings of, hey, this might happen, I'm worried about this.
Yeah,
and
no
stuff.
expectations.
Yeah, just give it a go. And if you don't like it, then don't fucking do it. But
Just gonna be the biggest fucking stoner as soon as we move into this.
no, mate, we don't. Well, Jess smokes a lot, but I don't have a lot of weed.
Well, you say I smoke a lot, but I don't.
So there.
You know what I mean?
Sorry.
we got that one bud
Yeah.
from work, and like think about how long that one bud just lasted us. Months.
Yeah, people smoke a lot, man. They smoke like
Still got it.
every single day. Do we?
Still a little bit of it left.
Oh.
Mazza. Let's go.
Do we really? Yeah.
I was just about to ask you something. I can't remember what it was now.
Think about it.
I've got it. So,
Think about it.
your fucking solo rant podcast. It wasn't even a rant, really. I didn't think.
And who's that was a rant, mate? Ah, no, I did.
You did. You definitely did several times, actually.
Yeah, what did you think about it? Oh, shit.
What do they call it when they got the ball on the string?
Yeah, I don't know. What do they call that, Jeff?
What?
You know, when the boxers, they put that thing on the thing and they duck underneath it.
Ball and string.
Ball and string duck.
I thought it was good, but I said to you that it was good, and you fucking got your back up.
Yeah. You said it because the thing is 30 minutes long, and you said it was good after 3 minutes.
So does that not mean
It means you haven't listened to it, mate.
I've listened to 3 minutes of it?
Tell me your honest opinion then, because you said it was good, and I don't know if I like
Not
good.
great. No, I'm joking. I fucking loved it.
Well, it's the highest fucking downloadable content on our thing so far, mate.
It's not, is it?
It's getting up there, mate.
Oh.
Got it.
Oh, you made me sick. Fame's gone to your head. Yeah, I thought it was good. Everything you're saying was right.
I was speaking about just today, mate. I don't know how I feel about just.
You're speaking about him to him.
I was speaking about me doing that solo podcast or solo talk.
Yeah,
it wasn't exactly a podcast, but it was a solo talk just as I'm working on the road. And I was talking to Jess about it, and I don't know how I feel about it because I felt like those are my thoughts and my uncensored, raw, no structure to it thoughts.
It sounded so natural.
Really?
Yeah, it did.
Because I felt very vulnerable.
That's a good thing, though.
That's what I was sort of what we was talking about a little
Right.
bit. I put it out there and I thought, I fucking put it out there, mate. Who gives a shit? And then I started to think about I haven't listened to it again, and I don't think, and I won't.
No,
But
of course.
I remember a few things that I was talking about, and I cringed a little bit. I thought, oh man, fuck, maybe that was the wrong way to think about that, or maybe that was the wrong way to say that. Or I mean, I feel very vulnerable because it's not a finished product. It's just me talking shit, just the way this is. But it's comforting that you're here when it's just you by yourself, and you're just talking absolute shit. It's a weird, sensitive thing.
I get it. I was thinking when
you know what I mean? Does that come across good? Sorry, go on.
When you were
Sorry.
When you're talking about it, I was sitting there thinking I could not fucking do this. I would just lose it and maybe start again or whatever. But something can't be wrong if it's your opinion, and all of that entire 30 minutes was just your opinion on things. It's not.
Yeah.
It can't be wrong.
Did it come across like my opinion is the right opinion? Because I think I've been thinking about this a lot recently. Maybe I get quite not opinionated because I'm not a very opinionated person, and this is why I stay away from being quite an opinionated person, because nobody's right or wrong.
No.
And to think that you are is a deep trap that a lot of people get stuck in. And when I was listening to myself fucking talking or thinking about myself talking, was I just being that stupid opinionated person that's fucking, you know me, I'm right, I'm fucking this.
Not at all. You're just very adamant about what you're saying, and that's based on your own experience.
Right.
That doesn't mean you're trying to impose any kind of. You're not trying to say your opinion is law. You're just saying this is what I've been through, and this is my kind of like thinking as a result of it.
Right, and that's what you got from what I was talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
good.
Because I thought it might come across as different than that. Maybe I'm saying, oh, these are my opinions, and you're stupid thinking otherwise.
I think it's fair to say that both of us have been those people before where...
Listen, we all have.
Yeah, but so we've been quite opinionated, and if anybody had a different idea, we'd be like, dickheads.
Yeah.
But it's just a question of time, having that time to be like, oh yeah, maybe my opinion's not right, or maybe there's more to it, or blah, blah, blah. And I think that's exactly what it was. But I also wanted to talk about...
what you want to talk about, huh?
I felt like it was kind of you talking to me specifically, saying like, you need to loosen up, you need to... Yeah.
No, mate, you shouldn't listen to it then.
No, but that's just how it felt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
No, not in a
That
bad way.
was not a bad way at all. I wasn't. Cause I didn't have that in my own head, you know.
No.
I hope
Because
I
it was you saying like, I guess this is what it comes from. It's you saying we need to loosen up on this podcast in order for it to be more natural and more organic and more what we want. And because in my opinion you're very like loose already, then I was like, oh fuck, I need to.
No.
Not in a bad way at all.
No.
Just loosen up, mate.
No, listen, I didn't have that in mind at all. I was thinking about more myself.
Right.
Because I'm thinking didn't listen to it, but Jess played a few clips of it the other day, and I thought, fuck me, mate, Toad, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Just be your normal self and say something. But I think that just becomes along with becoming a bit more comfortable in this sort of environment.
Yeah.
Not that we need to loosen up. I've been thinking about it a little bit more today as we've having this conversation, which was quite not deep, but it was a bit more serious and more structured. You know what I mean? And we was having a good conversation about it. We didn't need to loosen up then. Do you know what I mean? Not at all. We was loose. We were just talking about what we was talking about, but having a serious conversation about it. So I'm a bit torn with that idea of loosen up. Maybe that was the wrong wording. And maybe it's more being comfortable within this environment is how we should say it. I completely
understand where you're coming from. I guess it's just like how one person interprets a phrase, but I think it was just all spot on. Like when I look back on it, like when you said it, because obviously speaking to other people, you're like, oh fuck yeah, like yeah, it was quite good. And then when you said, I've listened back to a couple of clips and it's not that good, I was like, fuck, he's right. Like if we want to make it good, we can do so much to make it good.
Yeah, but I think the main thing to that is just being a bit more comfortable.
Exactly.
And getting used to it. Because it's who the fuck starts out something that they haven't done before and is automatically amazing at it?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't ever happen, or sometimes it does, but it's just a fluke or whatever. I think you just got to keep on doing this thing and riding it out.
But that's why, so then I messaged you after, didn't I, and said, let's just, because usually what I do, come up here, have a couple of hours, we have lunch or whatever, and then we come and do the podcast. And then this time I was like, fuck, let's just get a drink and go straight up, and it'll be a lot more natural.
And how'd you feel today?
I think it worked out for the better.
I feel great, mate.
I bet you fucking do.
I look great. Just said my legs are looking big today. That's why I put the shorts on.
Oh, okay.
Obviously.
And your impression of fucking Thingy, who we know, who's set up his own podcast.
Oh, on the other one that I was doing. Yeah, do it. I can't remember it.
No, you got it.
Yeah, just remind me, what did I say?
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah. So I was listening to them talking, right, and it was just terrible, and it was just like, oh my god. And their responses to anyone talking, this is another podcast, Jess, that someone that we know of, not really know, and they do a podcast, Jess, you looking at me, or fucking hell, man, you got to be there with me. I'm watching their podcast, and they're like two young wannabe roadmen, yeah? And they have guests on their podcast, right? And it's sort of embarrassing, man. Because, like, you can see these guests just want to have a normal conversation. And they're like, so obviously, like, yeah, so, okay, so you did that, innit? And then where did that take you? Oh, shit. And that's the genuine, like, that's how they're talking.
Yeah.
It's 2021, man. Come on. They had I'm not gonna, like, because then you'll be able to know who they are. But they didn't have anyone big, but they just had another person that was doing in another field. Yeah, and it was just like maybe a friend of theirs or a friend, and they just got in contact with them that way and said, "Hey, let's have a chat," sort of thing.
In their field, you mean just other roadmen?
Other roadmen in different fields. That's literally what it is. But like, they're not roadmen. They're putting it on, and you can see it. And this is what I was trying to get through. What I was talking to when I was doing it by myself, is they wasn't authentic at all.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, okay. Oh, so tell me more about that then, isn't it?
It's so fucking bizarre. I haven't listened to it, but it just sounds so like...
They make this go on for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Tell me about that then. 2 hours. I didn't listen to the 2 hours, but I skipped through and they kept on doing the same thing. That's kind of mad still. And this guest is just looking at him like, I guess it is rather mad, isn't it? No, I'm joking. It weren't like that, but yeah. So when I put that out there, I felt maybe I'm being a bit of a dickhead.
Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. But what you are doing is just fucking owning your opinion. So that's it.
Yeah, maybe I need to worry less about however I come across.
Yeah,
I come
completely.
across how I fucking come across, like it or not.
Yeah.
I make mistakes. Maybe I do say some dumb shit, but doesn't everyone?
Exactly.